What's up, guys? This is Nick. 20 seconds away since the start of the trading day. For the start of the trading day, do not have my platform yet open. Just a second. I am not abandoning. Got a pretty bad month of August. A bad start of the day of September, but still right there, looking at the markets. A lot of stuff to watch today. I mean, today. In the next few days, of course. First of all, of course, the S&P 500. Let's talk about the S&P 500. As you can see, new all-time high recently, but some kind of selling pressure the last few days. We'll see how this goes today, but I wouldn't mind if we go lower for the gap fill and then start going higher with a previous resistance that could act as support later on. The problem that I have is that the markets are not overbought, but almost. As soon as the market touched the 70 level, which did not touch over around here, but we touched it here, we broke a little bit to the upside, and then we went down. This could bring some selling pressure to the price, of course, because that's almost a bearish divergence right now. As you can see, we have a high price here, a high RSI here, and then we got a higher price here, but an RSI that starts to lag. Doesn't mean that the bearish divergence is confirmed, but looks pretty. It looks pretty. We'll have to check on that. And since the market is what we should base our swing positions or day trades, of course, we should be extremely cautious in the next few days about what is going to happen. So with this in mind, I still got here as a candidate for a short after this break of the pattern head and shoulders, break of the neckline. As you can see, this level of support. So first of all, I'm hoping to go to the simple moving average of 50, which will bring us to 2460, I believe. Yes, 2458. And then we got a little bit higher, the exponential moving average. No, my mistake. The blue one is the exponential moving average, which is a little bit lower than the simple moving average of 50, which is a bit higher, and finds itself around 2565. So based on how the price reacts on those levels, maybe we'll open a short position to reach maybe this target here, which would be the official theoretical target for a head and shoulder pattern. So you take from the high of the head to the neckline or support line, and then you go from the break and you do the same calculation, I mean the same range. Now my computer is lagging. What the fuck is going on? All right. Which would bring us a nice downside move of 36%. But anyway, it would be a long-term swing, at least medium-term swing. So this is for a Turtle Beach Corporation, of course. Just so sad I missed it. I was looking at it. It went too quick. Yeah, it's crazy. And then we got Macy's, of course. Macy's is an upward, it's upward trending. We got some consolidation going on right now. This is buyable. The problem that I have is the resistance we're going to find while going up. And we have a few, but we'll see how this goes. Volume is always good for Macy's, very good. So let's continue. So talking about Macy's, let's look at the ETF, the retail ETF for some kind of help of where Macy's or the retail stocks might be headed. And as you can see, we had some buying pressure recently. Today is going to be a no day probably because we look like we're going to have an inside candle. So this candle shouldn't move above or below the previous candle. So it's going to be a boring day for retail stocks probably. Maybe down. Then we got Facebook. Of course, Facebook, as you may have seen on my Instagram page, when we had this sell-off after the earnings, right? The 20% sell-off, even more. I thought it was a good buying opportunity, of course, and I missed it. I wanted to buy around here, around at 70. Could have made a nice return towards 188. But again, this is the market. You always get an opportunity at some point, and the price has retraced since then. Luckily for me, for us. So we'll have to see how Facebook behaves in the next following days, because my fear is the gap fill here. As you can see, we have some kind of gap from here to here. That was a previous earnings report, right? So we might be headed towards this gap fill, which would bring us to 160. And this would coincide with this trend line, which is not the perfect trend line, but still we had some support around it. As you can see from here, bounced here, bounced here, bounced here, almost went to here, but bounced still. So I wouldn't be surprised if the price bounces from this trend line, which would be around the 160 level. That would be ideal. Damn, as you can see, Macy's is retracing right now while the market is going up, which is very weird. So it's doing the opposite of the market right now. You had a red candle for the S&P, green candle for Macy's, red candle now for the Macy's, and now a green candle for the S&P. So we'll check on that later. That's for Facebook. And that would be logical, right? We would have a downside move from Facebook in the next following weeks, up until maybe the 1st of October or the start of October. We fill the gap, and then all those who believe in Facebook will buy prior to earnings. every person that has some kind of insider information on the company would also start to buy before the earnings, and maybe we have a blowout quarter for Facebook, and then the price would go up, of course. So what I'm looking to see is some kind of bullish divergence on Facebook. All right, so I would like to see a price go downwards, fill the gap, but at the same time, an RSI holding the 30 level, which would bring us in that case the bullish divergence, right? Something like that. A price going down here, a price going a little bit more down to the gap here, but an RSI holding either above 30 or around 30, right? So that would be ideal for Facebook, but still had some work to do before we get in. So this is more for later. So then let's look at Twitter. All right. When you look at Twitter like this, you're confident, right? You're like, this is going up. We had some nice rounding bottom around here. I mean, everyone was buying around 14 or 15. And then the price shooted upwards, right? Towards the 48. And then we had the earnings report, which was right after the Facebook earnings report. Everyone that got fucked up here after the report, maybe we're looking for another opportunity to sell at some point, and the price is now retracing. Retracing is now going back lower towards the trend line, but looking at the market doesn't look very good. It doesn't look very good right now. And that's a bad day for Facebook. Went under 34 pretty easily. Is it going to hold a level of support? We'll see. You got one right here. So we'll see. So I was saying right here, you feel comfortable going long, right? But when you look a little bit more, since the start of the trading experience for Twitter, so since 2014, I believe. And just as a side note, I remember I was trading the damn thing when it was around here, when it was around here, and I traded it when it was at 35, I believe. Yes, something like this. Crazy. But right now, when you look at this since the start, it's complicated, right? It's not really trending. It's even trending down, as you can see, because the IPO price was about 50 and something, right? 50. Yes, it started at 45, went up to 50, then corrected, of course, to 40. But then after 40, we got some nice shoot up. But then it was a crazy downtrend, right? Crazy downtrend, some consolidation, and now we may have seen a retracement from the downtrend here. So if we were to look at the Fibonacci levels, just to get a sense of where we are, if we go from the high, which would be around 74, 72, to the low of probably 14, it was 1360, it seems. Yeah, something like that. Interesting. We can see some stuff. That was 60.25, no. 71.25. Is it really? No, it's not possible. 74, 73, yes. We're good. We can see that we got rejected at the 0.5 level. We almost did go to the 0.618, but we didn't. And from all that move to the downside, the price retraced to the 0.5 level. So it's complicated. As you can see, did it go to 37? It did, or it did not. It did not. It did not go, but right before the 0.382, price is retracing to the downside. So I'm going to be cautious also about Twitter. We could see a price break the trend line here, go lower, just like Facebook, reach lower support around 26, 28 maybe, and then start going up. So we would have a low here with an RSI low here, and then a price going lower, but an RSI also holding the 30 level for the bullish divergence that I'm kind of hoping. Since it's the same type of stock than Facebook, it wouldn't surprise me that we have the same activity for this one. So again, as I believe that video games are going to be a huge part of our lives, at least for the younger generation than mine, we should look at some video game stocks. And I'm looking, of course, always at Activision, which is a good stock for me. Made some good money on it, as you may see here. The blue are the buys, the red arrows are the sells. That was last year. Yeah, that was last year. So this stock has been kind to me. I want to maybe invest a little bit in the stock in the near future. But again, maybe we could go lower from here, reach some kind of support on the RSI. We'll see. Nothing clear right now. You got some kind of support level around 72.40. But very small support, as you can see, nothing much to work with. But again, we are inside the channel, still inside the channel, supported here, supported here, supported here, supported here. This could go higher in the near future, all right? Then I was looking at Dropbox. Dropbox has been a crazy ride for that one. Crazy ride for that one. We have some kind of head and shoulder pattern also. So with the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, and this would be the neckline, right? This is some kind of complicated head and shoulder pattern. It's not the typical one where the neckline would be actually either like here, be a horizontal trend line, or what's usually, not usually more the case, but what's still the case is a uptrending neckline. Here you got a downtrending neckline. So it's a bit more tough to trade. But again, this is an important moment for DBX right now, Dropbox. Buyers do not want to see a break of that level right now. Long-term investors, better said, do not want to see a break of this low. But again, the pattern is here, right? It's clear, it's clear, it's clear, it's clear, just like here. It looks clear. So I'm gonna have to see how it behaves, but right now I would be a buyer. About this, I would be a buyer, right? So that was for Dropbox. Now let's look for American Airlines. American Airlines is kind of weird right now because I love this stock. I love this company. Made some good money also with it. Bought some here at the time, I believe. In November, yes. Sold around here, the first. Then the second partial was around here. And I missed this big up move afterwards, but that was a strong move, strong stock. Love it, but haven't been able to buy it or sell it. Yes, I did sell it. I remember for it was a head and shoulder pattern. I remember it was that one. Yes, I sold here. I sold around here a little bit more, and I covered around here. I remember, but no, it can't be that. Was it? Anyway, right now, looking at the price action recently, we can see that the price has found some support around 35, 36. And right now, it looks to be wanting to go higher. Will we go higher strongly? When I look at oil, which is the most important factor, one of the most important factors for airlines, I'm confused because recently oil broke the 70 level, but right afterwards went crazy to the downside. So I don't know, higher oil prices for those kind of stocks is not good, even though you prepare as a company to the fluctuations of the market, of this particular market, the oil price. But if price were to go down, that would be excellent news for those airline stocks, right? So if we look at the oil price, I don't know if I have it somewhere. I don't think so. So let me just open something else. Let me put US oil, I believe it is. Just the CFD for WTI, yes. So this is what I was telling, 71.30 was the high, and then it retraced pretty strongly. And as you can see, it was a resistance also, right? So it was kind of normal for the stock to retrace as it did. But then when you look at the long-term chart, still confused, right? Because we have some kind of a inverted head and shoulders pattern for this one, right? Which we broke. That was very, very important at the time. It was late October of last year. So left shoulder here, the head, the right shoulder. And as you can see, the neckline would be here, right? And we broke around here. So there was a change in trend at this precise time, all right? Because the inverted head and shoulder pattern is considered as a reversal pattern. So from that point on, the trend is up for oil, okay? So if we were to do the same and go from the neckline to the head and then retrace, put it where the breakout occurred, we see that the price of oil can go as high as $85 per barrel in the near future, right? So I wouldn't be surprised to see oil keep going up. But could take a long while until we go to 85, right? Because we could start to range trade right now. We could go down here, so look for support, then we bounce up. Then it looks like we're going to break. No, we don't. We go downwards, then we go for a little support. Then we reach to break the short-term resistance, we go towards the high, and then at the high 75, we got corrected again, but then level of support, previous resistance becomes support, and then we shoot upwards, right? So this could be something like this, which would go almost up until January of next year. So we could be some kind of range trading from there on. I do not think we're going to see the price shoot upwards. I may be wrong, but this is more the kind of activity that would be appreciated for oil, all right? So in that kind of scenario, if we were to see the oil price go downwards towards support level, that would be good for American Airlines. It would mean that American Airlines could go up towards previous resistance, which was, by the way, support, as you can see here. That was from my previous analysis last year. As I told you, we had some support here. And of course, those level of support became resistance afterwards when we broke the uptrend line here. If the price of oil goes down, like it may do, then in that case, that would mean American Airlines would go up. Pretty straightforward. It could be wrong, of course, but pretty straightforward. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And then I was looking at some stocks just to have some kind of idea about a long-term play that would be more of a value investing. And I stumbled upon Freeport-McMoRan. We got some kind of ABCDE retracement, all right, because the trend was mostly up for the better part of the last 2 years. Yes, for the last 2 years, the trend has gone up, but the general long-term trend is still going very much down, as you can see. We reached a high of 60 back in 2011. And since then, the price has gone down, gone down, gone down. And now, well, we may continue the downtrend, or we go higher from here. But I found this level to be some kind of importance because it's really a long-term support. Reacted here, it reacted here. It has reacted here twice, but as a resistance. But then again, reacted here strongly to the upside. Reacted again here. So is it going to break to the downside and breaking the 1330 level? I wouldn't bet on it. I would bet on to the fact that it's going to bounce from here. And we may have some good opportunities if it bounces from here. So as you can see, we may fill the gap at least here. This would bring us a 4.65% if we buy at 1330. This looked to be interesting. And the ABCDE pattern is just a retracement pattern, one of the most usual retracement patterns. And we'll see, but it should take some time also. We may bounce from 1330 to 14 and do like this for a while until finally we get some kind of resolution at some point. All right, so it's gonna be complicated, but we'll see how this one behaves. And then what was this one? Yes, that was just looking at the trend. I wanted something that's clearly trending up, which is the case for this one. Clearly trending up, as you can see, and could have been a good buy-in opportunity around here. Missed it. We'll have to see, but this one is less interesting, right? So Facebook broke the 170, which is kind of important right now. There is some support at 169.30. No, 167.30. So we'll see how the price behaves here, but I would prefer a clear breakout to the downside. We go in the next few days towards the 160, and then at the 160 we get a strong reversal to the upside. That would be ideal, because everybody would panic here. Everybody would like, oh, it's time to sell Facebook. It's time to sell Facebook, and then we just have a gap fill, and then we can go higher from here. Wow, Twitter is getting fucked. That was crazy. I had that one as one of my picks for the months of September. Glad I did not open. What I think is going to happen is this. Again, it's just some wishful thinking, but you could see this, go for support, go back up towards resistance, and then we go back down. Yep, GVA getting eviscerated also. So where the price got today on American Airlines is at this broken support, as you can see here. Is it going to act as a resistance? It looks like it. Now that Americans are playing on the market, you can see that oil start to go down also. Just look at FCX. It's a strong stock with a lot of volume. This is crazy. Turtle Beach Corporation won't let me in. Just once, really. It won't let me in. This is crazy. Uh-oh. Things are not looking good for TBX right now. I may do this just to lower a bit the trend line, but this did not look good. And this is crazy. All those who bought right here, right? Maybe they took some profits around here. All right. But the thing is, no, there's probably more than 50% of those who bought around here that are still holding, that are just long-term investors or hedge fund managers, whatever. So now you're seeing at the price go there, and almost going below. It already went below this range, but now you're being strongly in the red if you bought around here. This could bring the capitulation, the panic that would bring the price downwards towards new lows. But again, if you do the same as the other ones, you go from here to here for the neckline. You do it from the break. This could be really crazy. This could go to $10. Crazy. We're not there yet, but I was doing something before and I got interrupted. I wanted to check the exchange rate fund from the year-to-date performance to see where I could buy or sell. All right, and as you can see, the junior gold miners, no, which is GNUG, that would be that one, is down strongly for the year. Then you got of course, this follows the market with leverage. But I do not see something very interesting apart from consumer cyclicals. All right, maybe. Technology, of course, just the usual. Conductor 24% off. Wow, SQ that is getting crushed also, just like Macy's. Damn, this is some selling right now. A lot of stop loss is getting activated right there. Roku has to be the same. Yeah, pretty much the same. It's a big downward move. I went for the gap. CLF went for the gap, which was also a resistance, right? Yes. I would sell this, but now it's too late. Oh, come on. Don't fall like a brick right now. PayPal is getting crushed also. Netflix 2, Micron Technology 2, Twitter 2, Alteryx, I don't care. AMD 2. Even better short. Damn, that's a crazy move. Crazy move that hurts. Snap is back to 10. Crazy. It's a big sell-off across the board right now. Jesus Christ. This has been such a downtrend that I'm a little bit confused what's going along right now. I'll go in the short. Sorry about that, because when you look at it on the weekly, confused on that one. Even though the trend is down, maybe 2141. Just going to short me 100 shares, nothing much, nothing less. FSLR could be a good short under this level of support here, 51.20, 51.10. Or is it not? 5090 would be the resistance. To go where? To go to 50. The key. Yeah, some selling across the board. Square 6%, Netflix 5%, PayPal 3%, Micron 4%, Twitter 5%. Damn. 7% SQ. Wow. Bubble has burst. Oh, what? Because this is some crazy move right here. Oh, come on, Vodafone. If you look at the daily, yeah, 90 was the 91 was the resistance, and now it's going straight down. Crazy. Oh, cool also. It's getting eviscerated right now. This motherfucker. Yeah, well, I was wrong about this. We did not have an inside bar. Broke out to the downside. Facebook is going down. Already broke 169. This is good. Twitter is getting crazy. Crushed. This is not buyable. TVI also Dropbox there. Yep, those last two bars are all the stop loss getting activated under this line probably. Again with those spreads, pretty. We seem to be having a dark cloud cover, which is a reversal signal for stocks, I mean, for any financial instruments. We will need to see this red bar go more than half of the previous bar. Come on, Vlad, you were 1 cent away, please. A lot of sellers, as you can see. Too close to price still. Okay, so now it's interesting for FSLR. Let's try a short FSLR 5130, which would be the previous close, would be this level of support here. 5 cents away on FSLR, 1 cent away on Vodafone. Come on, VOD, don't fuck with me right now. 138, right? Crazy. Come on, one more. One more VOD, come on. Jesus. It won't go. It won't go. It won't go. Come on, FSLR, a few cents away. Come on, VOD, a few cents away. Oh, Jesus, this is unbelievable. Both of them, unbelievable. Won't go. Come on, give me 24 at least. I was 5 cents away on that one. Give me 24 right now. You give me 37. I already lowered my entry point. Please. Got the market turning down. It's a good sign. Finally, VOD. Finally. Jesus Christ. Just 200 shares. Nothing much. Nothing less. And come on, FSLR. That would be such a shame for FSLR. Really fucking shame. 5 cents away. Come on, man. Gotta be more serious than that. Come on, 10 cents more. FSLR. Come on, FSLR. Mistake. 2130. Break of this low here. Short some more. Okay, last time I will try to lower my entry price 51.20. 19, even so, it's going to be my entry point for FSLR. Come on, 6 sets to go. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. It's unbelievable. Come on, just 9 cents. 9 cents. Unbearable. Really unbearable. But the trade could be to short under 51.08, which would be right now, or under 51. $19 is probably not a good entry. Went to $18, got rejected. 2 cents away from the ad on the Vodafone. There. It would have been filled on FSLR right now. Let's use a stop. A short FSLR if we break this level of support here. 5108. As you can see, 5119 was not the best entry. 1 cent away on Vodafone for the ad, 1 cent away. About to break the low. Nothing is keeping that stock from going down, it seems. The volume is not that good, I believe. Oh, 4.6 million shares already. No, no, everything is good. Everything is good. I like this kind of move of VOD. Small green bar, that would be great to get buyers excited, but won't last long. I'm telling you, good, good. For the fun, this is good. Good. Should have expected some support at 2130. Let's hope it doesn't go too far. And then a break of the 30 would be perfect. This could go to 5140. But as you can see, 51.19 was not really a good entry point. Is 51.30 going to be? It was previous close, so we'll see about that. Market is going up. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go. At what price did I get activated? This is another problem that I have always. 27, man, this is crazy. Should have. This is bad. Should have used a stop limit order, not a stop order, as you can see. Because that was a pretty bad fill. Pretty bad fill. Fucking 27. They put it at 30. Don't tell me that there was not enough shares to sell at the time, motherfucker. Real piece of motherfucker. This is eating from my performance. Won't go down at 51.30 FSLR. This is amazing. Do we have a turn right now? Like the markets? We'll see. Tu fais mal ici. Avec qui? Tu fais mal. Hein? Pas mal? Oui. Désinfecter un peu, ok? There's the reaction I was expecting on FSLR. Not yet though. Do not know where I put it, Mr. Doki. I do not know. The fuck, FSLR? You didn't even go to 51. This is unbelievable. Why would you do that? Why? You did not even go to 5107. The fuck are you talking about? It's crazy. Crazy as fuck. Really, FSLR, it's bad trade. I can find excuses, but I should never have been filled over here. I don't understand how this happened. The only way it could happen is that the bid was way lower than the ask. The spread would have been 10, and I got filled because of that. Shit happens. Shit happens. Oh, come on. I can breathe a little bit. Yeah, but not for long. Come on, man. There you have it. Come on. Towards the 51 now. Now that's more like it. Now that's more like it. At Charleston. Pam, 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 pam. Pam, 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 pam. Pam, 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 pam. Pam, 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 pam. Shh. Never say never in those markets. Well, if it's lower, it won't break to the downside, so it will probably get stopped out right now. Again, I shouldn't have been filled on that one. Shouldn't have been filled. There was a widening of the spread, and I got filled here when, as you can see, the low was 51.10.5, and I had an order at 51.07 to 51.02. And so the bid must have gone under 51.07, but the ask stopped at 51.10.5. It's fucking ridiculous, but this is the game. Shit like this happens. Now I got VOD turning on me. I would like to know what's going on here. Now you can see this. Amount of FSLR. Piece of motherfucking shit, really. No fucking resistance and broken support. And of course, if SLR is going to start to move down right about now, No volume for that shit. Damn, Square recuperated already 50% of the loss. Anyway, I'm gonna take a 1 hour break and I'll be back.